Ladies and gentlemen, just in the last 24 hours, Gavin Newsom's political career just hit the point of no return. Now, I'm not talking about rumors. I'm not talking about some speculation here. I'm talking about hard evidence caught on tape that shows how his radical sanctuary policies have led to chaos, heartbreak, and yes, even tragedy for American families. And now President Donald J. Trump's patriots have flipped the script so completely that Newsom's entire career is burning down in front of our very eyes. Because here's the truth, guys. Newsom promised compassion. But what did Californians and the rest of America actually get? Families torn apart on school pickup lines, children left crying because their parents never came home, and sanctuary laws that literally armed our streets with danger. Meanwhile, President Trump's administration has been 3 steps ahead, at least, restoring order, enforcing common sense, and showing once again that America First is about protecting real people, not coddling the chaos. Can I get an amen for common sense, guys? I mean, seriously. And so today, we're going to walk through it all. From the illegal alien truck driver with a California license who killed 3 innocent Americans in Florida, to the masked agents refusing to identify themselves in the middle of Washington, D.C., all the way to the father who was arrested at an elementary school pickup line that left his child traumatized for life. Can you imagine your dad getting arrested right in front of you while you're like 5 years old at school? Like, that is not okay. These are the moments that are going to make you question everything, guys. And by the end of today, you're going to see exactly why Gavin Newsom is absolutely finished and why Trump's patriots are winning this fight for America's future. Now, before we dive in, please take a second, hit the like button for the video and subscribe to the channel. Let me warn you, some of what you're about to hear, it's going to make your blood boil. It's going to piss you off, okay? Because it definitely pissed me off. Guys, and you're going to have to ask yourself, are these heartbreaking abuses of power, or are they tough but necessary choices to finally protect our families and secure our nation? That is the decision that every American is facing right now. So don't even think about clicking away, because the deeper we go, the more explosive it gets. So you're going to see with your own eyes how Gavin Newsom was destroyed, flipped upside down, and exposed in a way that even his own fellow allies just cannot spin it. So the truth is, Chapter didn't start as a company. It started as a problem when their founder's own parents got stuck in a bad Medicare plan that drained them financially. The pain turned into this mission to protect other people from going through the same pain that they went through. Now, I partnered with Chapter because this is personal. Sharon Bertucci got kicked off of Medicaid, but Chapter miraculously found her a new plan with 0 premiums, $0 medication costs, and her copay dropped from $89 to $20. That in and of itself is a miracle, but it didn't stop there. Julie from Kansas is saving $400 a year after being scammed by a local broker. Guys, do not wait for the same mistake, okay? Give our friends a call right now. They're doing us a massive favor. My community gets to call Chapter right now for free, and they will do everything in their power to save you money and get you better benefits if those options are available to you. But the only way to find out is to give them a phone call. Takes a couple minutes. Phone number's down below, 909-563-8279. And I've left a link for you down below in the pinned comment if you want to hit that. Now, folks, let's lock this in right now, okay? The entire country is finally seeing Gavin Newsom's radical sanctuary agenda exposed on tape for the whole nation to judge. Now, this ain't spin. This is not theory. The evidence is out there. It's undeniable, and it's humiliating for him. So on the one side, you got Gavin Newsom's California model of chaos, handing out privileges to illegal aliens, shielding criminals, ignoring safety laws. But on the other side, you have President Donald J. Trump's America First leadership, restoring common sense, flipping the script, and dismantling the disaster that Democrats try to normalize. And the contrast really couldn't be any clearer. So just take a look at this tragedy, right? You got an illegal alien, somebody who should never have even been in the country to begin with, was given a commercial driver's license by the state of California. I know, but it gets crazier. Not only that, this driver couldn't even speak English, couldn't read our road signs. Makes you wonder, how did he even pass the commercial driver's license test? Anyway, we'll get to that. So he couldn't even communicate with police or first responders. And then what happened? He tried a reckless U-turn on a busy freeway in Florida. 3 innocent Americans were killed instantly, lives stolen. families shattered, and all of it traces right on back to California's sanctuary policies. Now, look, I know what some people are going to say. That's California's problem. Sure. Okay, blame it on California, right? But no, it's not. Because what happens in California doesn't stay in California, okay? It ripples across the entire nation, from Los Angeles all the way to Florida, Orlando, Miami, Jacksonville, Fort Myers. You get my point. And this is exactly why this issue isn't just about one state. It's about our entire country's safety. I mean, drop a comment down below. Where are you guys watching the show from today, okay? Let me know where you're watching from, because it can literally bleed from California right to your own city. And here is the difference, guys. Trump's administration did not sit back. They didn't shrug. They acted immediately. Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy reinstated the English-only CDL requirement nationwide. No more loopholes, no more pretending that a mobile missile, as he called it, can be operated by someone who doesn't even understand English. This is not just strategy, folks. This is compassion for the American people. Trump doesn't want any more American lives taken. Okay, can I get an amen for that, right? But here's the tension. Should sanctuary states like California have the power to ignore these federal safety rules if it means tragedies like this keep happening? Or should Trump's America First enforcement be the law of the land? This is the question every American family has to answer. Now, let me go ahead and stop right here, because this isn't just about one crash in Florida. This is about you guys. I mean, think about your past. What's the hardest hit that you've taken personally because of weak leaders like Newsom? Because, maybe it was losing a job when factories closed. Maybe it was watching crime take over your street. Maybe it was losing savings because Washington wasted your money. That pain, that loss, that's real, guys. So tell me in the comments down below, what was taken from you? Now, look at today. What do you guard most right now? Is it your paycheck, your kid's safety, or your freedom to live without fear? Drop a paycheck, kids, or freedom in the chat now, so that we actually know what really matters to real Americans who are watching the show here. But we also got to think ahead, because imagine, right? Imagine if Trump's America First fight keeps winning. All right. Imagine leaders who protect families instead of criminals. What does that look like for you? Is it finally feeling safe in our own town? Is it retiring with dignity? Is it, giving your kids a stronger America than the one that you grew up in? Share your vision down below, guys, because that is the America that we're all fighting for. So you see, what's been taken from you, what you guard right now, and what you hope to see ahead, those are the real stories, guys. And this is why Gavin Newsom's downfall really matters, because he and his cohorts, his allies, they can't give any of that back. But Trump's America First movement just might do it. So now let's move from the highways of the streets of Washington, D.C. Picture this. You got masked federal agents confronting chaos, refusing to reveal their badges in order to protect operations. The crowd yells at them, "You're ruining our city." And what do the agents say back? Liberals already ruined it. How's that for a comeback, right? And so that's right, guys. This is the heart of the fight. The left sees order being restored, and they're calling it oppression. Trump's patriots, they see chaos caused by decades of Democrat negligence, and they refuse to stand down. So the real question becomes, who the heck is truly to blame here? I mean, is it Trump's agents taking the heat while cleaning up a lawless environment? Or is it Newsom's sanctuary cities and sanctuary policies, the very foundation of this chaos? Which of those is really the deserving? Which one of those is really the blame behind all this is what I'm saying. Let me know what you think, guys. By the way, if you appreciate the news updates, hit the like button and subscribe. Now, folks, this is just the beginning, because what happens when these policies start colliding directly with the lives of children, schools, and families? Guys, this is really where the entire debate explodes, and we need to talk about that. So if you thought the public outrage was strong, wait until you hear what Stephen Miller had to say. So Miller, he went straight for the jugular, calling out Gavin Newsom and Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass for what they truly are, enablers of chaos. His charge was very clear. While Trump's patriots are fighting for law-abiding citizens, law-abiding Americans, Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass are turning their backs on citizens. They're releasing criminal illegal aliens back onto the streets. And we're not talking about some harmless violations here, a jaywalker there, nothing like that. We're talking about assault, armed robbery, home invasion, even trafficking. Okay. Stephen Miller, he didn't mince words. He called it crimes against humanity. And who could honestly disagree when the blood, the heartache, the heartbreak, the shattered lives are piling up as a result of these reckless policies? So here's the dividing line here, ladies and gentlemen. Do you side with the victims, the families who've lost loved ones because of criminals who never even should have been here in the first place? Or do you side with Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom, who bend over backwards to shield offenders instead of protecting innocent Americans? That's the choice. That is why Stephen Miller's words landed like a hammer. But now we actually come to what I believe is the most gut-wrenching part of all this. Because when this sanctuary chaos collides with lives of children, when moms, dads, and kids are caught in the middle, that's really where the stakes go from political to deeply personal. So let's go to San Diego, okay? A father sits in his car outside of an elementary school. What is it? What do they call it when the parents are picking up the kids? It's, you don't ride the school bus. It's is it car riders? I don't know what you guys call it in your state. Anyway, so imagine a dad. He's just waiting in line to pick up his kid from school in the car. Then all of a sudden, federal agents move in and pull him out of the car and take him away. His child is left inside the school, scarred, traumatized, wondering why dad never showed up. School officials scramble to call the mother. Can you imagine that moment? A child waiting at the door, backpack in hand, while strangers explain that dad is gone? What if the kid saw his dad being dragged away by police? But it doesn't end there. A high school student, just a teenager, walking his dog, is detained by agents. The dog is left behind in traffic, nearly killed. Bystanders report agents laughing, joking, and even saying, thanks to him, we just earned our weekend drinking money. Now, let's pause here. These are the kind of images that tear America in half. Now, on one side, I see it as unnecessary cruelty, children left crying, families broken apart. But the other side says that these are the tough and necessary decisions in order to secure our nation, protect our communities, and finally put an end to the revolving door of chaos. And here's the key point. President Trump's administration has been clear-eyed and compassionate. They don't deny the emotional cost. They're not denying any of that. In fact, they don't even hide from the pain. But they do stress this. If we don't make hard decisions today, even more American children are going to grow up in a nation filled with danger tomorrow. So I'm going to ask you, are these heartbreaking abuses of power, or are they unavoidable steps needed to finally secure America's future? This is the question that this moment forces every single one of us to have to deal with, or to really answer at this point. So now, if children are caught in the middle, if that wasn't enough to shake you, we need to talk about what happens when America's heroes get swept up under the sanctuary-style disaster. Because in Portland, a U.S. veteran who fought in Afghanistan was blinded, tackled from behind by agents during a protest. Tear gas, body weight, rubber bullets fired into the crowd. And this veteran, someone who risked his life overseas for our freedom, was pinned on the ground. Witnesses shouted, "He's done more for this country than any of you." And they were right. Then in Los Angeles, activist Tatiana Martinez, known for exposing ICE raids on TikTok, was dragged out of her car and left unconscious on the pavement. She was rushed to the hospital, and to this day, many people believe that she was targeted to make an example out of her. Now, here's the twist though. These ugly scenes aren't happening because of Trump's policies. They're happening because Newsom's sanctuary state chaos was forced. It has forced law enforcement into these really impossible situations. When the system is clogged with lawlessness, order becomes confrontation. And Trump has made it crystal clear his administration is restoring order in Washington, D.C., targeting the gangs, the cartels, the traffickers. Meanwhile, Democrats like Newsom cry foul, and they call it oppression. So ask yourself, who do you trust more? The patriots who are fighting to restore order, or the politicians who let our streets devolve into chaos in the first place? And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, came the moment of absolute humiliation. Governor Gavin Newsom of California, he tried to hold a press conference in Los Angeles about redistricting and sanctuary policies. He wanted to grandstand. He wanted to look like the future of the Democratic Party. But outside, Trump's patriots showed up. They weren't there to play games, though. They confronted the disorder head on. Dozens of agents standing guard while Newsom tried to project strength inside. And then all of a sudden, the narrative flipped. Newsom looked weak, powerless, out of control in his own backyard. Even Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass could not hold back. She called it provocative, unacceptable, disrespectful, but here's the reality. It was Newsom's own policies that invited the showdown. And instead of projecting strength, he got publicly humiliated, caught flat-footed, and left with no answers. And so here's the thing, guys. Was this a patriotic defense of democracy, Trump's team saying enough is enough? Or was this Gavin Newsom reaping what he sowed, exposed for the chaos that his policies created? I tell you what, guys, either way, one thing is undeniable. His career took a body blow that day, and the cameras were rolling for all of America to see. So now I want to zoom out just for a second, okay? Because what we're witnessing here in America under Gavin Newsom's failed leadership, it looks eerily familiar to what's happening overseas in places where authoritarian regimes crush their own people. I mean, take Belgrade, Serbia right now. A Putin-backed government is cracking down on pro-democracy protesters. The military on the streets, citizens beaten and silenced, chaos spreading like wildfire. That's what's happening when corrupt leaders lose control. They turn their nations into third war zones. Now, here's the frightening truth. Newsom's sanctuary policies, his reckless handling of public safety, this is really mirroring that same descent into chaos. But the difference really, America has Donald J. Trump in the White House, and Trump has made it absolutely clear. This nation will not slide into lawlessness, not on his watch. His patriots are restoring order. They're protecting families, and they're putting America back on its feet. Now, if you consider yourself a patriot, drop a 47 in the comments down below. So I want you to ask yourself right now, guys, do we want California-style sanctuary chaos spreading nationwide? Or do we want America First leadership that protects our kids, defends our veterans, and secures our communities? That's the real crossroads that we're starting at today, guys. So let's go ahead and tie this together. Gavin Newsom's career has absolutely been caught on tape unraveling in real time. From a Florida freeway where 3 innocent lives were lost, to a San Diego school where a child was left waiting for a parent who never came home, to his own Los Angeles press conference where Trump's patriots flipped the script right in his face. Newsom has been exposed as reckless, incompetent, and unfit to lead. Meanwhile, President Trump's America First agenda, it has turned tragedy into action, reinstated common sense safety rules, stood up for victims, and unleashed patriots to restore law and order where Democrats let chaos reign. Compassion, strategy, and strength. That, my friends, is what leadership looks like. So here's the takeaway. Newsom is completely destroyed. His career is upside down, and the American people, they see it now more than ever. The only question left is this. Will you stand with the politicians who shield the criminals and leave children traumatized? Or are you going to stand with the patriots who are fighting every single day to keep you and your family safe? Because one thing is absolutely certain. Donald J. Trump's movement isn't just exposing the chaos. It's flipping it, it's turning it into victory, and it's saving this country piece by piece. And the tape doesn't lie. And before you go, YouTube thinks you're really going to love the next video that just popped up on your screen right there. Trust me, guys, it connects directly to what we just covered, and you do not want to miss it. So go ahead and click that video, and I'll see you on the other side. Hey, by the way, guys, if you're one of the real ones who really enjoy what we do here on the channel, you've got to check out the Inner Circle. This is where our true supporters get exclusive access to content that I just can't share here, completely commercial free. It's also the best way to keep this channel going strong. So if you want to be a part of something special, join us over there. Links in the description or in the pinned comment down below.